Well, check this out. Remember this? It was on this date 1 year ago that we all woke up to a very different fall scene. Several inches of fresh snow on top of all the fall leaves. And if you were here, you know it caused a lot of power outages and downed trees. Fortunately, nothing like that this year. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Tom is off today. We start with some breaking news at this hour. A wanted fugitive in the hospital after a shooting involving a U.S. Marshal. It happened in Hilliard on East Everett Avenue and North Regal Street, a few blocks over from Market Street. It is not known right now if anyone is injured at this time. KREM 2's Taylor Vito joins us live from the scene with the newest information. Taylor?
Leon, Mark, we're at the corner of Everett and Regal, just right by where this all played out. I'm going to step to the side here while my photographer, Brett, zooms in and lets you take a look at what we can see. It's right on the street outside an apartment complex here. We did notice one car in a parking lot that had a bullet hole on the side of that car. You're not able to see that from this angle where we are here. Police have been on scene for hours and have even brought out what appears to be a mobile command unit. Now, this all happened earlier this afternoon. Information is limited at this point, but here's what we know. The U.S. Marshals Service says marshals were involved in trying to capture a wanted fugitive. It's believed that suspect, who witnesses said was a man, showed a gun at some point. That caused U.S. Marshals to respond with force. Now, at last check, the fugitive was in the hospital recovering from his wounds. I spoke with several neighbors who reported hearing around half a dozen shots. They said it all played out quickly.
I heard 7 shots.
7 shots, I did too.
And then we came across here and we saw a young lady running that way with a pink shirt. And then we come out and saw this gentleman, the perpetrator, was laying down, moaning. He looked pretty bad. I don't know.
Coming back out here live, it's not entirely clear how much longer authorities will be on scene. Neighbors in the area were asking about their cars and if and when they might be able to move them from the crime scene, but officers said that likely wouldn't happen for a few hours. And again, just within the last couple of hours, we've noticed that authorities brought out what appears to be a mobile command unit of some kind of very large vehicle. And as I've been standing here, actually, I've noticed a drone that was flying overhead. Again, we've seen scenes like this before where authorities have used drones to map out the scene to kind of get a visual overhead look, that sort of thing. So again, not clear at this point how much longer they will be on scene. For now, reporting live in Hilliard, Taylor Vito, KREM 2 News.
All right, Taylor, thank you very much. And now to another developing story. Spokane police still looking for a teen missing since Saturday. So take a moment, look at your screen. This is 15-year-old Sophia Owens. Her parents reported her missing Sunday. Authorities say she was last seen on Saturday at her home on South Regal. Her phone, though, was later pinged in Meade. Sophia is about 5'7". She was last seen wearing a maroon and black hooded sweatshirt. If you have any information, please call Crime Check. You can reference the case number right there on your screen.
To our top local stories here at 4 o'clock. A man recovering today after being trapped inside a Spokane garbage truck.
Yeah, crews reported hearing screaming from inside their truck this morning. That was near the Olive Garden on North Newport Highway. They say the man was sleeping inside that dumpster when it was emptied. Then a short time later, they heard cries for help from inside the trash compactor, and they stopped their truck. Spokane fire leaders say the man was not cooperative and wouldn't actually say which dumpster he had been sleeping in. They say he likely suffered a broken leg.
To a developing story now. A 15-year-old girl is facing arson and attempted murder charges after an early morning fire at a Spokane Valley apartment. The 4 adults inside were able to escape the flames, although one of the victims is still in the hospital with burns and cuts to her feet, legs, and hands.
I'm just thankful that my family is all safe, and I'm thankful that I have people that care about me.
Deputies did end up arresting that 15-year-old girl and booked her into the Spokane County Juvenile Detention Center. Our Amanda Rowley talked with the girl's mother today. That interview is coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 5. All right, as we switch gears now to weather, kind of a chilly start to the work week here in the inland Northwest.
Yeah, but Thomas, you're expecting plenty of sunshine this week, right?
There's no shortage of that in the forecast. In fact, it's been nothing but blue skies, sunny skies all day long. So even if we start the day in the low 40s or even 30s in some of our northern areas, we should easily be in the 70s by the afternoon, basically every single day. Still in the upper 60s, 69 Deer Park and Coeur d'Alene right now, but 70s basically everywhere else. And tomorrow, pretty much the same story. Look at the walking and jogging forecast. 40s to start the morning if you're one of the first to perhaps walk the dog right at sunrise. It is a little bit chilly, but nothing but sunshine on the right side of those icons. Mid 70s for the afternoon hours, and that's not even going to be the warmest day of the week. And when you look at really the next 4 days, there's not much change in the overall weather pattern. Big ridge in place over the western U.S. So that's pretty much the be-all end-all of it, but it's not what we're going to see during the day. It's what we could see at night. Check this out from Montana last night. Little shimmers of the northern lights off there in the distance, and it's actually forecast to be even more impressive for tonight. So coming up, I'm going to detail just where and when is going to be the best place to see the northern lights right here in the inland northwest.
Sounds good, Thomas. Thank you very much. We are learning more about why Spokane Regional Health Officer Dr. Bob Lutz recently recommended to have some kids return to in-person classes.
His recommendation means that grades kindergarten through second grade will be able to head back into the classroom. So with that, Regina Ahn is joining us now live in the newsroom with some updates. Regina?
Yeah, Whitney, Mark, Dr. Lutz says he made those recommendations for the grades because it's a critical time in that age group's development.
Again, they are just learning the very rudimentary patterns of how you go about your day in in-person instruction and education. And we know that the social emotional learning is also paramount for their development. And so it's a combination of what they're going to learn from a knowledge standpoint and what they're going to learn from a social standpoint.
And as far as the data goes, Lutz says he feels very comfortable looking at our incident rate for the age group from 4 to 6.
From July 1st to last week, I want to say we had something on the order of less than 30 children in that age group. And when I did our incidence rate for that age group, it was less than 1 per 100,000.
But also keep in mind, schools have to follow a long list of recommendations in order to bring students back to in-person learning. Dr. Lutz is also encouraging districts to be patient rather than putting themselves on a strict back to classroom timeline. Live here in the newsroom tonight, Regina Ahn. Mark, back to you.
Regina, thank you very much. And with the announcement that multiple districts will phase young students back into the classroom next month, you have asked us plenty of questions about how that can happen with COVID-19 cases rising.
Yeah, so right now we want to take a look at the data the Spokane Regional Health District used to approve those decisions.
In Washington, high-risk COVID-19 communities are classified by a case per capita rate of 75 cases per 100,000 people over a 2-week period. Governor Inslee's office has recommended high-risk communities stick with distance learning. On Wednesday, September 23rd, Spokane County's rate was at about 157 per 100,000 people. That's more than twice as high. So why did district health leaders approve plans to bring students back into the classroom? In September, there have been only 53 confirmed cases in young children, with the highest single-day total of 8. District Representative Kelli Hawkins tells me they're also looking at other data, like the county's contact tracing plan, which helps keep the virus contained. In September, 78.5% of new county cases have been successfully linked to others rather than being part of uncontrolled community spread. That's a big improvement over the percentage rates in August and July. In fact, it's the most successful percentage since May. Another metric the health district is watching is hospitalizations. In the month of September, Spokane County has seen 0 hospitalizations involving children or teenagers. In fact, it's been over 2 months since the last time any child has been hospitalized from the virus. So it's not any one of these trends, but the combination of them and many others that go into this decision. Hawkins tells me, quote, looking at a 2-week or monthly trend of multiple metrics and seeing the success of response efforts gives us the full context to base our guidance on.
And something else we are keeping track of, the Post Falls School District could soon follow suit with Coeur d'Alene, returning students to the classroom. The school board is expected to vote on that tonight at 5 o'clock when they talk about their coronavirus risk level. And if it is lowered to yellow or minimal risk, students there could also return to in-person classes 5 days a week. So we'll be sure to update you on that vote tonight on KREM.com. You can also get more tonight on KREM 2 News at 6.